Welcome back to T3. I'm your host, Mr. U. We're doing something new in this pre-draft season. We're talking mock drafts. I'm excited about it. I geek up about this kind of stuff, so I hope you guys are excited about it too. We're going to do a 3-round mock draft today and love to hear your draft grades. Where'd I get it right? Where'd I get it wrong? I'm a big boy. I can take it. Go ahead and bring it on. We're going to have some fun with this. Today, we're going to be doing the Los Angeles Chargers. I almost said San Diego. I'm still stuck in that. But my favorite coach in all the world, Jim Harbaugh from the Michigan Wolverines, national champions a couple of years ago. He's the coach of this team, and I know kind of how he thinks a little bit by watching him over the years. But the Chargers' needs specifically are at wide receiver, and you know that because I feel like the Quentin Johnson experiment or the Juice experiment might not be worth the squeeze. They got to decide that. They have issues with their defensive line. They got a gentleman who we'll talk about in a little bit who's in free agency now. Never know if he's going to even come back. So we'll see how that works out. And then they got interior O-line issues. So, excuse me, a few things going on they need to have some help with. Matter of fact, it's not even the only team need. Not quite sure why that's listed that way. There's a lot of things that the Chargers need. We saw it kind of play out last year in their road to the playoffs. However, we're going to do 3 rounds today. Love to hear your thoughts on and give me some draft grades on how you think I did with the Chargers draft. So we're going to go ahead and jump into it with a little commentary in between. So let's do it. All right. So they got the 22nd pick, the 55th, and the 86th today. We will be doing several mock drafts between now and the actual NFL draft, which, of course, if you've been paying attention, our NFL draft special, the very first annual NFL draft special for T3, that Thursday thing is going to be on April, I think the 24th. The first round of the NFL draft, I think it is. We'll be live from, I guess, maybe 6:30, 7 o'clock, all the way to the end of the first round. So we'll have our squad here, as long as they can hang in there. And, of course, we're going to have guests come into the studio in and out who are going to be dropping dimes and knowledge about their team and the draft overall in the first round. And we will be sitting here watching it live. So we're excited about that. Now, all right, so as I was saying before, one of the biggest needs that the Chargers are seeing they have is the wide receiver position. Now, they got to really decide about Quentin Johnson. I mean, he came through at TCU. I've seen him play. We played him in the national. This was the national championship. We played them in a really big game, and I saw some tendencies that I didn't really care for. So when the Chargers got him, I said, "Oh man, this could be a problem." He's been really challenged with catching passes. He's been dropping a lot, and it's been kind of killing the Chargers from a yardage perspective, and just making Justin Herbert's job a lot harder. So not sure if the juice is worth the squeeze in this situation, but we'll see how it goes. They got free agents coming up. Of course, J.K. Dobbins, probably their best offensive player, arguably. Not sure how you can argue it. Best offensive player on the entire team. Probably one of his best years. And he was injured for a while. And when he went out, that was a big challenge. So they're going to be thinking about that because he's up for free agency right now. Excuse me, Khalil Mack. Probably their best defensive player for sure. I don't think you can argue that either. He's going to be up for free agency. I think that if I was the Chargers, I'd be trying to get him back in the Chargers uniform. I think they can save over $25 million if they cut Joey Bosa. I'm definitely all for that. Not because of the money, but just because of the fact that he's injured every single year. It's like, I don't know why that is. And talent is definitely there, but I think we can do better than kind of relying on him to be healthy, because that hasn't been a good bet for us for a while now. So save $25 million, spend that money elsewhere. So I definitely say go ahead and cut him, bring Khalil Mack back on a short-term deal if possible. Now, the gentleman I'm talking about on defense is Poona Ford. He's a DT for the Chargers. He was definitely a great find. He overshot his coverage. Nobody expected him to do as well as he did. 3 sacks, 39 tackles. He was all over the place, and he was fantastic. But he's up for free agency, so we got to find out whether he's coming back or not. And even if he does come back, the Chargers are still thin at that position. They got to do something there in the draft. So maybe I'll try to help him out in these first 3 rounds with somebody that can help him out. We'll see how that goes. But beside that, another guy I'm keeping my eye on is Colston Loveland. He was a tight end at the national champion, Michigan Wolverines. I got excited there. And I know that Jim Harbaugh loves him. And that tight end is not one of their team needs, but I say that it probably is, because the number 1 guy is Will Dissly. Serviceable, no problems there, but But after him, not a whole lot going on in the tight end room. So if Loveland is sitting around at 22, I might just take him. This is for you, Coach. Might bring Loveland back into the fold with you. So we'll see how it goes. They're pretty good at O-line with Sean Slater. Fantastic play on the O-line, probably their best on the O-line. Allowed 3 sacks all season. He's been fantastic, but they need more depth back there. So I'm definitely going to try to find somebody to help him out there. So let's go ahead and jump into this, see what we got going on. So let's go ahead and start this draft. Excuse me. All right. So it looks as though it may have already happened. Did it happen yet? Or he's that far down the pike. All right. So Colston Loveland is not on the books yet. Wow. Precipitous drop there. Okay. Let's go ahead and look and see what we got. Issues at O-line. Okay. Trying to find the kind of guy that I think Jim Harbaugh is going to like. It looks like Kenneth Grant's already going too. Went right before us. That's all we're going to take for D-line. All right. So here we are. Wow, this is a tough draft. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead here and take Trey Harris. I think that this might be the kind of pick that's going to come back to bite me. But we'll talk a little bit about who Trey Harris is. He may end up being the kind of guy that we need in the draft, especially as it pertains to the Chargers. I know at Ole Miss he had over 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns. So he was definitely number one guy, 60 receptions. So he doesn't have a problem taking care of that business. And one thing I like about Trey Harris, all of his production has improved over the years. I'm talking about exponentially. He scored more yardage, not more touchdowns, but more yardage and almost more receptions in the past 4 years. So I like that he's consistent in that way. I like that he's been in the college system for a while, so he's definitely ready to go to the next level. I think that Harbaugh would like him. Would have loved to have gotten Loveland here. Maybe if he's still around, maybe I can grab him. But now we'll go ahead and move on to pick 55. I know that he needs some O-line help. I'm going with Savinier right here. I think that Coach Harbaugh would love to have this guy here in his ball. I mean, he's a tough guy. I mean, he is no nonsense. And let's see if I can get some more information on him because he's I'm probably butchering his name. And I hate that I'm doing that. But I like Savinier here. O-line guy. I seen him a little bit in the they showed a lot of Arizona games out here. I'm not quite sure why they were doing that. I'm not anywhere near that region, but they showed a lot of those games here. So I got to see a lot of his work. I mean, he's a big guy, junior, 6'5". I mean, I think one of the reasons why I think Harbaugh's going to love him, and I think the A grade is warranted here, is that he played multiple positions on the O-line. Played left tackle, played right guard and right tackle for the Wildcats. So he's moved around. So that shows he's versatile. And he's also, when he's moving around, he's not losing production. He's still actually productive and effective no matter where he's playing on the O-line. I think Harbaugh is going to enjoy having this guy on his roster. All right. Let's try to address the last need, which is D-line. I was hoping that Loveland's still here, but I know he's already gone by now. He's some guys that he would love to at tight end, but that's not the need. We're going to try to stay focused here. All right. So let's see who we got that can work here. This is a toughie. I know this young man very well. I am going to go with somebody who I'm somewhat familiar with. I'm going to go with Jordan Birch here. I know we're out of position here. Go with him. I mean, fantastic at tackling, which is very important at this position. Has definitely strong pass rush skills. His run defense is slightly above average. Well, I'm going to say it's above average, not slightly. It's above average. So I like that there. I like that he's somebody who's been in that system for a while, considered a 5-star recruit. He definitely made an immediate impact with the Ducks. I think he saw some of that last year. Part of the reason why they were so good was because of him and his ability to rush the passer and have multiple tackles performances in the game. So, and of course, the pressures, he's pretty much known for that. So that's what made Oregon such a tough defense and why they got so far in last year's postseason. So we're taking Trey Harris from Mississippi first at wide receiver, taking Jonas Savaiinaea, interior O-line guy at Arizona. He can play right guard, right tackle, and on the left side. And Jordan Birch, D-line guy at Oregon. If you see any Oregon games, you see his ability. You see what he can do. So I like this. I like what we got going on here. I think this is going to be a good draft. We'll see how it turns out. But love to hear your guys' draft grades. Run it by me. Would I go right? Would I go wrong? Love to hear from you guys on this one. And we look forward to hearing your comments. Thanks for listening to T3 and Mr. U. Have a great day.